Welcome to my channel. My name is Annette. Welcome. Today, we're going to see what Spirit has to say. So I'm going to pull one card, and I'm also going to pull a prayer card. And I hope you all are doing well today in good spirits, having a pleasant day, and living in the moment, living in the now. We have a hard time living in the now, like in the moment where it's peaceful. You don't have to overthink. So you can always do that. And that's something you should strive to do, is live in the now, live in the present, live in the moment. Stop worrying about what you don't have, what you need, your future. It's always going to be there. It's not like you're going to change anything. If it's already done because it's in the past, it's over, it's done. If it's in the future, you can plan for the future and believe everything that you plan for will come true. So live in the now. So let's get started. Please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the like button. Please hit the notification bell to get a notification on when I will upload a video or go live. Also, this is a channel to support and inspire us all to find spiritual growth, gain spiritual growth, because this is a channel of journey. We're on a spiritual journey. And I'm on it. I would like for you to be on this spiritual journey also, for us to live our best selves. Live our best self means to be in a place of joy and peace and happiness. And most of all, love. Love for yourself, love for others. And God is who I love. Jesus is who I love. So to love God and Jesus also. But it's important that we live in the light. We live in the light where love resides, not where negativity resides, not where fear and doubt and bitterness and anger. That's not a good place to live. When you can live in the light, you can live with love, you can live in the light. It's a beautiful place to live. And that's what this channel is all about. So let's get started. I'll pull a card. Spirit, what message do you have for us today? Spirit, what message do you have for us today? Spirit is always giving us messages. Sometimes we don't pay attention to the messages the Spirit gives us, but we always get messages. We get signs because our angels and our guides are around us all the time. They're around us to support us and help us. And all you have to do is ask, and they will help you. So what message do you have for us today, Spirit? What message do you have for us today? Let's see. Courage. I'm going to read the extended version of this card, but we pretty much know what courage is. It's when you're not afraid. You are stepping out of your fear, your doubt, and you're being of good courage. When um, when you're afraid of something and you challenge yourself to not be afraid of something, that whatever you're afraid of anymore, that's courage. Having good courage. Your extreme aversion to something that's plagued you for most of your life is causing you to become irrational. An overwhelming and debilitating fear has a significant impact at even the thought of coming face to face with your antagonistic per- perpetrator. Perpetrator. I don't know why I'm acting like I can't read. Avoidance and exaggerated, unrealistic sense of danger has led to restrictions and increase your anxiety. Like I said, when you're afraid, what Spirit is saying, when you're afraid of something, it's debilitating. It causes you not to be able to move forward or do anything. Like, say, for example, you want to go to college, but you're afraid to apply. You're afraid to leave home. You're afraid to uh, just be around people, or that just that challenge of going to school. You're afraid. You have that fear. We all have fears, some kind of fears. But it's what Spirit is saying is have courage. Be strong. Because when you have courage and you believe that you can do it and you can achieve whatever you want to achieve, you will. You can do it. You will achieve it. Without a doubt, you will achieve it. So have courage. Don't be afraid to step out of the box. Don't be afraid of trying something new that will improve you. Oh, that rhymes. Don't be afraid of trying something new that will improve you. Meaning, I'm pretty sure you know what I mean, but let me give you a better example. Say if you want to change your job and you have been in the job that you're in for a very long time, but you're afraid to try to get another job because you're comfortable in that job you've been in. You know how when we're in that comfort zone, we're afraid to step out and do something different, even though you want to so bad. You're tired of the job that you're in. You want to make more money. You want to do something totally different than what you have been doing for all the years that you have been doing it. I see people who um, go to school to be doctors, and they just decide that they are going to just totally do something else that has nothing to do with being a doctor. That takes a lot of courage because they are stepping out of the box and doing something different than what they used to doing. Courage is what Spirit is saying. We shouldn't have any fear of anything because if we believe that we are protected and that God is with us and that we have angels and ancestors and loved ones on the other side who are supporting us and there with us to protect us. We shouldn't be afraid of anything. Fear is it's a fantasy because you're putting in your head to believe something that doesn't exist. So it's a fantasy. You may say, no, it's real. No, it's not real if you haven't done it and you're afraid to do something. How can something be real if you haven't done it? Like, say, for instance, if you're afraid of high places, and you've never been on any high places, you just have this fear of high places. If you've never been on a high place, how do you know you can be afraid of something that you've never done? That's a fantasy. See how fear it debilitates us. It freezes us. It handicaps us. It causes us to not fulfill our dreams. It causes us to not even want to accomplish things that we want so badly, but we're so afraid to step forward and just take that leap of faith that we don't do it. But the minute you take that step, that leap of faith, you're going to say to yourself, I don't know what I was afraid of. This is nothing. There was nothing to be afraid of because fear is a fantasy. So what Spirit is saying, have courage. Don't be afraid to step out of the box. Don't be afraid to take a leap of faith. So if you want to go to school, go to school. Don't be afraid. Fill in that information or the paperwork that you need to apply and fill out. Do it. If you want to go live in another country, which is something that I really want to do, because I always watch all of these different, um, House Hunters International, and I watch a lot of international TV shows because I say to myself all the time, one day I just want to go and live in another country. Why not? Why not? And it's not that, well, partly I might be afraid because it's something new. The unknown is fearful. At least that's what we put in our head. If we don't know it, we're afraid. So we won't do it. So I look up to people and I admire people who step out of the box and say, I'm going to do it. And yes, in my lifetime, I have done things that I just wasn't afraid. I just did it. And everything turned out fine. But do you have to do your research? Do you have to know what you're getting yourself into? Yes. Do your research. Explore options and go for it. Stop being afraid to live your life. Living your life as best you possibly can and have as much fun with life as you possibly can. There are so many things that we can explore and do if we just step out of fear and stop being afraid and stop worrying about what we what might happen when we don't even know what will happen. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. We don't even know what the next second will bring. But if we are afraid to take chances, to step out on faith. I'm talking about reasonable things. I'm not talking about things like going and doing something bizarre, like rob a bank, being afraid to go rob something. That's no, I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm talking about living your best life. I'm talking about um, getting out in doing something that will make you feel good, that will bring you joy, will bring you peace and happiness. Because where you are may not be a place that you would like to be, and you're tired of it. You want to do something different. You just want happiness. But if you're afraid to get out there and seek happiness and explore happiness, how would you get it? You'll be in that same spot doing the same thing. I know people at home who stand on a corner, and they've been standing on the corner for years. And I wonder, are they afraid to get off that corner? I mean, why are they on the same comfort corner? That's that comfort zone. They're comfortable being there. They're comfortable not doing anything different, even though they might want to, but it's comfortable. So they do the same thing over and over and over and over again. So anything that you are afraid of, think of something that you are afraid of that you would love to do. The thought of it brings you joy. The thought of it, you can just see how much fun it would be, but you're too afraid to actually do it. Do it. Like I said, do your research, understand what you're getting yourself into, and take that leap of faith and do something that, you know what I'm saying. Because, like I said, we all have fears. I believe that you know what I'm saying. Because who doesn't have some type of fear? Some people are afraid to swim. When I was in the Coast Guard, there was a young lady who was afraid to put her head in the water. Now, Coast Guard, you have to know how to swim. You have to, you're around water. You're on ship. You're on a ship. So you have to be able to know how to swim. But if you're not, she was afraid to put her head under the water. So I'm thinking, okay, is she going to overcome this fear of putting her head in the water? Or is she going to get over it and do it and learn how to swim? And then she can be in the Coast Guard. Some were afraid to just get in the water at all. One thing I can say about her, she did overcome it. She did overcome it because it was something that she wanted. She wanted to be in the Coast Guard, so she overcame it, and she was in the Coast Guard. But there were some that they were afraid to even get in the water, and I thought to myself, okay, why did you even come in the Coast Guard? Well, Coast Guard is water. You're going to be in some water unless you, uh, are stationed on land all the time. If you plan on doing a career, it might be a possibility they may put you on a ship. So if you came into the Coast Guard thinking, okay, I don't know what they were thinking really. I was just thinking, I don't know. I don't know what their thought process of coming in. But then I couldn't say that sometimes when you're afraid of something, you'll try to do it and you'll put yourself in situations to challenge yourself to break free of the fear that you're in. But once you get there, you might change your mind and say, no, I can't do it. It's like I said, heights. When you're afraid of heights, you might go. You ever watch that show, Amazing Race? And some people are afraid of heights, and they will get up on these tall buildings and they have to jump off. And I don't think I could do it, but overcome their fears. And some of them will just do it. Was it scary? The point is they did it. So there's various types of fears. And some of the fears that we put ourselves in causes us to live our best lives. Fear the unknown. When you don't know it, You don't see it, you don't understand it, you're afraid to even deal with it. But a lot of times the unknown is beautiful, like the unknown of believing that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. It can be you can be afraid of achieving something because you don't believe in what you want. But if you believe it and you are fearless and you say, I'm going to achieve it without any doubt, hey, you can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. You can overcome fear. Fear is a what they call it's the shadow. It's a shadow self, and we all should strive to overcome our fears, our doubts. Does that take work? Yes, that takes some work. It takes some work. But you have to take that leap first, that leap of faith. Let me see, Spirit, ask Spirit for a prayer. Spirit, can you give me a prayer about how we can overcome our fears and have courage to overcome our fears? Can you please give me a prayer on having courage? What can you do to have courage? Love and accept yourself. Thank you, angels, for lovingly guiding me to self acceptance. It takes a lot of courage to love and accept yourself. And usually, when we have problems with loving and accepting ourselves, it's a lot of fear. Sometimes we're afraid of who we are, who we really are. So we'll try to be someone else. We'll do any and everything to try to be someone else. We'll change our whole look. Now, some people will um, Botox. I'm thinking about Botox because so many people, especially in the celebrity world, they have so much Botox and they do so much surgery on themselves. Because if you have to change your whole outer look where you don't even look the same anymore, to me, that's just like saying you don't love who you are. You don't love who God made you to be. That you have to redo yourself. And I mean, to the extent where I've seen some celebrities where I'm like, oh my goodness, who is that? Because they look so different. Because they have totally changed themselves. I was in California one time, and me and my daughter was in a store, and this guy came in the store, and he looked like he didn't even look real. And this is no judgment; it's just reality. He didn't look real because you can tell he has so much surgery done. He had the hips, the butt, the he didn't look real. He looked like plastic. And to me, that is being afraid of loving who you are, that you change yourself to a. It's nothing wrong if you want to do something with yourself, to improve your looks. It's nothing wrong. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. But to an extent where you are no longer the person you were born to be because you have just redid your entire body. That's like saying, I don't love who I am. I want to be someone else. You ever see people who um, Well, what show was that? It was a show called Botch, where this guy he wanted to look like Justin Bieber. And so he had been doing multiple surgeries to change his face to look like Justin Bieber. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And even though the doctors asked him, well, how much surgery have you done? How much money have you spent on the surgery? It was, I think he said it was in the thousands, like 100 some thousand, 80 some thousand, something. It was some high amount of him trying to look like Justin Bieber. And he didn't look like Justin Bieber, but he wanted more surgery because he was trying his best to look like Justin Bieber. I'm like, but you're not Justin Bieber. You're whoever his name was. That's who you are. So that to me is saying that he's not loving who he is. You want to be somebody that bad where you will have them cut you up to be someone else. That means you're not loving who you are. So have courage in loving who you are because you're outstanding, you're beautiful. We all have a soul inside these human bodies, and that soul is who we really are. We just have to release that soul, build our spirit. Our building our spirit is loving who we are, loving who you are as a person, as a soul, as an individual. Because we're all different. We all got different shapes, sizes, heights. So we're not supposed to be like everybody else or anybody else. We're only supposed to be who we are and love who we are. So have courage. Have courage in loving you. Does that take work? Does that take change in the way you think about yourself? Yes. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you should say to yourself, I love you. You're beautiful. That's an affirmation. I am beautiful. I am loving. I love myself. I believe that I am good enough. And build that courage within yourself to love you. Because when you love you, you can just go from there and then work toward building your spirit up more and more and more and more and more. And you can live your best self. And you can have anything you want in life just by living and believing and having courage and loving yourself just the way you are. I can't be um, Janet Jackson. I'm not Janet Jackson. I'm Annette. I can't be anyone but me. Do you look at beautiful people sometime and say, wow, they're so beautiful? I wish I was that beautiful, but you're beautiful on the inside. And when you believe how beautiful you are on the inside, then you can be beautiful on the outside. But you have to change the way you think. You have to build courage to believe that you are just as beautiful as anyone else because you are. You are. Believe that. Don't try to be like anybody else. Don't try to dress like anybody else, even though we all know that's fashion. But I'm talking about to a point where it causes you to step out of yourself and be so stressful because you're working toward being someone that you're not. Fear is a fantasy, but courage is a reality. Believe in you. Love you. And when you love you, you'll know how to tell someone else how to love you, how to show someone else how to love you. You won't just let anyone come in your life and treat you any kind of way because you love yourself and you have respect for yourself. So it takes a lot of courage. Courage is all in various ways. Spirit is talking about the courage of loving yourself. The courage of loving yourself and accepting who you are. Who you are. The lovely, awesome, beautiful person that you are inside. And when you love you on the inside, you will love you on the outside. You know what I mean? So work toward that. Inspire yourself to love on you. Um, what am I thinking? I'm thinking that every day when you look in the mirror, tell yourself, I love you. Tell yourself, I'm good enough. And keep telling yourself that until you believe it. Until the courage and those doubts and those fears that you have grow stronger in the light on the positive side. And you know how much peace you will have? This is loving you. That's peaceful when you love you. Some people don't think that because they don't think that they're good enough. But you are good enough. You're better than what you even can imagine because God didn't make any junk. He didn't create you and called you where you're the worst. God don't know. God didn't make any garbage. He didn't make any junk. He made beautiful souls. And that soul is inside of you. And that's what you need and you have to get to know is that soul inside of you. So inspire yourself. Work towards understanding who you are. Have courage. I wish you all nothing but the best. I wish you all, I send you all love and light. I wish you peace and joy. I wish you happiness. And most of all, I wish and hope that you all love yourself. Please subscribe to this channel. Please like. Please share. And I will definitely see you all very soon. If I can get this thing. What's going on? Bluetooth connected. There we go. Anyway, let's go out and think about some good things that you can do for yourself to make you feel good and have courage. I will see you all very soon. Take care.